What are you doing?
I'm clearing out some old supplies.
So, your girlfriend just pleaded guilty to kidnapping and you're cleaning out the closet? I don't think so.
Miss Smythe, I have a document here with your signature stating that you understand the charges against you. Is this correct?
Greeley, please don't do this. Let me help you. Let's take a seat.
Miss Smythe, do you understand the rights you are giving up here today?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. I give up everything.
The charges against you in this matter are extremely serious. And since you've elected to serve as your own counsel, they bear repeating. Kidnapping, Spike Lavery, aggravated assault against Kendall Hart Slater, endangering the welfare of a minor, false imprisonment, interference with the custody of a child, unlawful restraint. Do you fully understand the consequences of pleading guilty to each count of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone attempted to force you to plead guilty?
No.
So you will be entering your plea voluntarily, of your own free will?
Yes.
If the court accepts your plea, you will give up your right to a trial, as well as to any and all avenues of appeal.
I'm aware of that.
Very well. The district attorney has made a sentencing recommendation. If your plea is accepted, you will serve no less than 3 and no more than 6 years in the state prison. Those are the consequences of your decision here today, Miss Smythe. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. I understand perfectly.
So, why aren't you at the courthouse?
I told you I'm busy. If you're looking for Tad, he's not here.
I'm not looking for Tad. I'm here to see you.
What for?
Because I thought you might have something to say about Greenlee pleading guilty.
Well, that's what everybody wants, isn't it? Justice.
I can't believe that's what you want.
I'm not happy about it, Ryan, but it's Greenlee's call. It's her life.
What happened, Aiden? What made Greenlee change her mind?
I don't know. Maybe you should ask Greenie that question.
This is not like her. She doesn't back down. She doesn't give up without a fight.
Well, maybe she's got no fight left in her. You ever think of that?
You don't believe that, Aiden, and neither do I.
What's the matter, Ryan? Greenlee's going away. Away from you and Spike, Zach, Kendall, and Erica.
Nobody wants her locked up for something that she didn't do.
Is that supposed to be some kind of joke?
I don't want that kind of justice.
Are you sure? Because that would make life a hell of a lot easier for you, wouldn't it? Not having to face Greenlee, not having to face the girl from trying to ruin her life.
Look, Aiden.
No, you look, Ryan. Maybe she's giving up. Maybe Greenlee's giving up because everybody she loves has turned against her. All right? She's tired of being smacked around every time she tries to make up for her mistakes. And maybe she's at the point where suffering from claustrophobia in an 8x10 cell seems a better option than trying to prove herself to people that will never give her a second chance. All right? But what I really want to know is, why do you suddenly give a damn?
I will now summarize the evidence before I pass sentence.
Thank you, Your Honor. Had the Commonwealth gone to trial today, we would have first summoned the complainant Kendall Hart Slater to the stand. Mrs. Slater would have testified that her 16-month-old son, Spike, on the night in question, had had difficulty sleeping. So she took him on a walk past the boathouse at Memorial Park, where she was surprised to find the defendant. The defendant placed a strong-smelling handkerchief over Mrs. Slater's nose and mouth, causing her to lose consciousness within seconds.
It's gonna be okay.
Quiet, please. Continue.
The Commonwealth's next witness would have been Pine Valley Police Chief Derek Fry. Chief Fry would have testified that on the night in question, his station house received a 911 call from Mrs. Slater. Chief Fry and his officers proceeded immediately to the boathouse, where they found Mrs. Slater lying unconscious next to a handkerchief that had been soaked in chloroform, and the defendant holding Spike.
Good enough.
Chief Fry then would have told you that a search of the defendant's car turned up several items we would have introduced into evidence. A suitcase containing the defendant's clothing and clothing for the toddler. One-way airline tickets to the U.S. Virgin Islands. A counterfeit birth certificate for the child. And a substantial amount of cash.
Anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. The search warrant executed at the defendant's apartment turned up a diary on her computer. In this diary, the defendant reveals how she was intent on taking the child and raising him as her own. Thank you, Your Honor.
Please be seated. Miss Smythe, you heard the charges and evidence against you before I ask you to officially enter your plea. Do you have anything to add?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that everyone here deserves to know exactly how I did what I did.
When did you start giving a damn about Greenie again, huh?
I care about my family, and what Greenlee does affects my family. It affects my son.
No, Ryan, I'm sorry. I got things to do.
Look. I wasn't at the boathouse when everything went down, all right? I just want to be fair about this.
It's a little bit late for that, don't you think?
If Greenlee is innocent, Jack is going to do everything in his power to defend her, all right? But if she won't let him, I mean, come on, man, help me out a little bit here.
Look, I have been helping you, Ryan. All right, I've been checking into your wife's brother, Richie. The one who says Annie put him in prison for a crime he didn't commit. Told a huge lie to make him pay for something that he did ages ago. Am I ringing any bells here?
You're saying this is the same thing.
You damn right I am. And you wouldn't be here if there wasn't a little part of you that knew I was telling the truth.
I'm here because I want to find out why you're letting Greenlee go down and why you're checking your watch every 5 seconds and where you're going with that box.
You're not supposed to give a damn about Greenlee. But you know she's innocent. And that puts you in a real tough spot, doesn't it?
Greenlee needs help.
Well, then you need to convince Kendall to tell the truth. But that would mean the mother of your son would go to prison. You know what you should do, Ryan. The question is, can you do it?
I don't have any proof that Kendall is lying.
Well, then you won't have any trouble sleeping at night, will you?
What about you, Aiden? What about you? You're supposed to care about Greenlee.
I do.
Well, then why aren't you pulling out all the stops?
Hey, I know the charges against Greenlee are bogus, and I might not be able to keep her out of jail. But at least my conscience is clear.
The woman did try to take my son once before.
So, this is better late than never, is that it?
That's not what I'm saying.
Then what are you saying? Why not just let them take evil Greenlee away and be done with it?
Maybe because I've seen what evil really looks like, and maybe now I realize that Greenlee doesn't even come close.
Well, then why is she being locked up? You know, why don't you wrestle with that one? Because I've got to go.
Where?
Don't ask.